Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for November 2022. This is going to be for exes, couples and singles, and confirmation. Let's go ahead and begin. Okay Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what's going on in your love life. For those of you that want to know about your ex, let's see what's going on for the month of November. Sagittarius and their ex for November 2022. Okay, we have two cards that jumped out here. We have the Tower and the Four of Swords. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Okay, we also have Six of Cups. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Okay, these were a few, so I'm just going to put these back. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. What's going on between Sagittarius and their ex for November 2022? What's going on between Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022? What's going on between Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022? Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Sagittarius and their ex, November 2022. Okay, this card wanted to jump out, and it is the Judgment card. Let's put that there, and I'll go ahead and pull the rest. Okay, so let me make sure that you can see all the cards. If you'd like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com, and I'll place a link down below. Okay, so let's see what the message is for Sagittarius that wants to reconcile with an ex. Now you've got kind of an interesting message on the top row. The Tower and the Four of Swords jumped out for you. So for some of you, and you did have this with the Six of Cups, for some of you this can be a huge change where there had been kind of a long separation. That's the feeling that I'm getting. For some of you, you could be very surprised that this person is ready to speak to you. You could be very surprised. I'm getting that someone is finally breaking their silence. Because when I look at this card, I feel like this is someone that's been, yeah, this is someone who has, like, it's kind of like a distant ex, and it can be your recent ex if there's been kind of like a long, kind of a long silence. You don't know what's going on in their life. There's zero contact. Suddenly, like, this person pops up from the blue. That's the feeling that I'm getting from these three cards. Suddenly, this person is ready to break their silence, and this is something that kind of shocks you. Like, where has this person been? Why are they suddenly calling me? Why are they back? I feel like some of you, there's going to be some type of surprise coming from an ex that you did not expect to contact you again. Maybe you had already, some of you had already kind of made peace that, this person was gone. You were not going to reconcile. You'd lost all hope. And something brings this person back. Now, this card also jumped. You have the Judgment card. Yeah, and this is, telling me that, there's a possibility here, and since it's a major arcana, it's a big possibility of you guys reconciling again. You also have over here, you've got the Ten of Cups, which tells me that for those of you that want this person back in your life, there can still be a happy ending to your story. This is a happy and fulfilling relationship. And you also have victory. So this time around, if maybe you had an off and on relationship, or your relationship was just not working, too many differences, you will make things work this time around. Six of Wands, this is beating the obstacles that were kind of against you, the obstacles that broke you up. Now, you also have a water sign here, Queen of Cups. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. For those of you where there's not a water sign, this can represent someone who is really now in touch with their emotions. And I feel like this could be the person coming back to you. We have the devil here, which represents a sign of Capricorn, but this could have been, a toxic relationship. There could also be a lot of like pent up anger and frustration towards this person, because what we see here is perhaps a betrayal. And maybe this person was also just really difficult to let go of. This person may have been very difficult to move on from, and then suddenly, here they are again, a presence in your life. Suddenly they are returning, which kind of disturbs. For some of you, you might feel like this disturbed your sense of healing. You had already let go, you were trying to move on, you pretty much almost healed from this relationship, and suddenly the Tower and the Four of Swords, here they are again. They are breaking their silence. Okay, let me get a few more. We've got Six of Pentacles. We've got Two of Cups and Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's, with the Knight of Swords here and the Tower, this is telling me there's going to be a lot of unexpected changes for those of you that want to reconcile with an ex. The first thing I was getting is kind of a distant ex, or one where you had given up hope. Maybe it was just such a nasty breakup that you really don't see how you could ever reconcile again, or this person would ever want you back. Maybe they left you for someone else. But I kind of see, a surprise here. I just keep getting someone breaks their silence. Someone breaks their silence. And also, some of you are seeing that, you still have, this person is still your soulmate. You still have that very close soulmate connection that you once had. It's still there. And, this time around, like, you are capable of getting the love and maybe the relationship, the commitment that you deserve. So there's kind of a lot of unexpected changes for those of you that want to reconcile with your ex. Okay, let me go ahead and get some cards from the confirmation deck. Let's see what else comes up. And then we'll move on to couples. Sagittarius and their ex for November 2022. Sagittarius and their ex, 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 November 2022. And you want to stay tuned for the end of the video, because I am going to pull some letters as well to see what words we can spell out, what messages, perhaps your ex's name or even your name. Okay, let's see what comes up here. Just assume you've got the devil again, so it's here and it's also right there. You've got Knight of Cups and Knight of Pentacles. So you've got three knights in this reading. You've got the Knight of Swords here, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. The knights representing change. There is a change around an ex situation. Perhaps you didn't want this person back, and now you do. Perhaps they didn't want you back, and now they do. But I definitely get that it's a relationship. I mean, you've got the devil 2 times. The devil is here 2 times. A relationship where you were perhaps like deeply hurt because you did have 10 of Swords. You were betrayed in a very painful way. Or perhaps it was just a very negative experience, a very negative breakup. But I feel like this person is like pleading their case in November. You have an opportunity to move forward with someone who really broke your heart. Knight of Cups here. Someone wants to continue this journey with you and see where things go. You've got Knight of Pentacles here, which tells me that this could be a difficult relationship to get back on track, but this tells me that if you try, you are making progress. Perhaps there's the need for forgiveness, there's explanations. Again, sense of betrayal, the devil 2 times. There was a lot of negativity, maybe a lot of anger, a lot of, kind of negative behavior patterns with the devil. And again, it is here twice. But you also have this soulmate card that tells me that that bond that you had is still there. For some of you, I keep getting this is someone where has just been like silence, nothing, absolutely nothing. And this person is finally breaking that silence. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the reading for couples. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you and your partner. This is for couples and singles. What does Sagittarius need to hear about their love life for November 2022? For those of you that came from the X spread, this can also have messages for you since this is still your reading. They often do connect. What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? Okay, we had a card jump out. 10 of Swords. What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life right now? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? Okay, we've got Ace of Cups. What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? Okay, let's get the rest of them. Okay, so let's see what the message is. Again, this is for Sagittarius couples, but it can also be for those of you who are single. If you're single, I mean, you definitely have a very loud message of a new beginning here. Ace of Cups and the Fool. You definitely want to put yourself out there. You also have the Major kind of soulmate card here. Now, for those of you that are in a relationship and you're struggling to see, if you're going to stay together, this can be, perhaps a marriage or a relationship. There's a message here that for some of you, like it's either you or the person that you're with. You may be at the point where you're questioning if it's time to let go. You're questioning if it's time to move on, because I see that in every row. Here, you have the Seven of Cups, which is telling me that you guys are in a very confusing place. Some of you may not even know if you're still together or if you're going to still be together next year. Yeah, you also have, there's something going on for the sign of Sagittarius where someone may be ready to call it quits. There's kind of like, I feel like your relationship is in a very stormy place. Yeah, and there's kind of something that is really bringing this relationship down. I definitely get the message that someone is ready to give up and just walk away. You feel like too much has happened. Um, Someone is really kind of going within and trying to figure out, is this relationship worth saving? Does this person still love me? For those of you where you're kind of questioning if you still belong with this person, you have the Hierophant here. This also represents the sign of Taurus. Some of you are kind of questioning, do we still belong together? Or this can also represent marriage. Is this relationship going, are we going to commit? Are we going to ever get married? You're being told here, your intuition is telling you something. It could be telling you to stay because you do have the Ace of Cups and the Fool, new beginnings. For everyone's going to be different because this is a general reading. Trust your intuition as far as, is it time to go or is it time to stay? You do have Death in the heart of the reading. This represents a sign of Scorpio. Yeah, for those of you where you're in a very shaky place, and that's what I see here, you're really questioning, is it time to go? Someone is really meditating on, is this relationship going to survive? Should we make things work? There's a huge change here in the month of November. For some of you, you're, out of all this confusion from Seven of Cups, you're realizing that this person is still the one for you. This is still the person that you feel drawn to the most. This is your soulmate, which would explain, why you have this Ace of Cups and the Fool. There's a big message here for couples of new beginnings. And I do feel that this is kind of a new beginning. Yeah, it's kind of a new beginning because you really feel like this is who you belong with. Some of you, like maybe this person has really hurt you. That came up in the X spread in a very like shocking way, that you're going to take a risk on giving this person one more chance, or this person's going to give you one more chance. There is a new beginning here. And for some of you, you were ready to call it quits. You just felt like, you know, you don't really know where you stand with this person anymore. It just kind of really seemed like you were kind of nearing the end. Let me get a few more. You've got King of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Temperance. So Temperance does represent you, the sign of Sagittarius. So we have this air sign now: Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This could also represent, you know, that there's been a lot of thinking. There's a lot of thinking going on as far as, how do I fix this relationship, or is it really over? I feel like some of you might be kind of questioning, is it really over this time? And there's a message here that some of you, like, you feel kind of powerless to heal this relationship, to fix things. There is a message here with Temperance that, you know, there is healing coming to your relationship or to your marriage. This also is kind of telling you things will fall into place. Like, don't panic. Don't give ultimatums. This is kind of saying have trust, because you also have the High Priestess. Have trust, especially for those of you that are married, because you may feel like there's nothing that you can do. You may feel that you're losing this person. If this person really is the one, then you are staying together. I do feel that for some of you, yeah, and something that's probably not a popular thing to say, but this will, I mean, it's hard to say in a general reading, but I also feel for some of you, there's just kind of a lot of signs telling you that it's time for you to move on from this person. It's time for you to move on. This person may have put you through a lot of pain, because the first card that came up was the Ten of Swords. This person could have betrayed you. There's a sense of betrayal here. And then there's a new beginning. So some of you, I also feel it applies for those that are single and you're coming from a really painful breakup. You will be rewarded with a new relationship, something that is much healthier. And those of you maybe where you're kind of wondering, maybe you're afraid to let go. If you let go, there will be someone new to replace this person. For those of you where you are the Ten of Wands, you are in this energy where there's just too much has happened and there's just too much of a burden. Trust that there will be someone new. Okay, let me get some from the confirmation deck, and then we'll move on to the letters. What else does a sign of Sagittarius need to hear about their ex for November 2022? What does the sign of Sagittarius most need to hear about their ex for November 2022? What does the sign of Sagittarius most need to hear about their ex for November 2022? What does the sign of Sagittarius most need to hear about their ex for November 2022? Okay, so you have the Magician, the Star, and the High Priestess. So you have three major arcanas here. I'm not sure if I was shuffling, when I was shuffling, if I mentioned your ex. I don't know. For some of you, I may have accidentally said that because maybe this is about your ex. So I'm not sure. So I'm going to show you these three and go over it, and I am going to pull another three in case I mention exes, because I feel like I did. But you have three major arcanas here, which this is powerful energy. Again, and you also have, look at this. You've got the High Priestess next to the High Priestess. The signs are telling you something. So for everyone, that's going to mean something different. Either the signs are telling you, yes, you belong together, or the signs are telling you that enough is enough and maybe it's time to let go. Again, for everyone's going to be different. The signs are telling you something. Your intuition is telling you something. Powerful message also because the Star, the sign of Aquarius, is telling you, listen to your intuition and the signs. This also is telling you that what you most want, you have this with the Magician, you will be able to manifest the outcome that you want with your partner. There is love, there is happiness around you, whether it's with the same person or with somebody new. Now, like I said, I don't remember. I think I may have accidentally said exes, so I'm going to do another three. What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? What does Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life? Okay. Two of Swords. So for some of you, perhaps the first three were one message, but this is going to be a different message. The Lovers and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you, I see here that, you don't want to let go. We have the Lovers, which represents the sign of Gemini. This relationship is everything to you. You feel like you were meant to be with this person. This is the person that you want. You don't have eyes for anyone else. You don't want anyone else. And I see you here really wanting to hold on to this person no matter what. So some of you, like, your intuition is telling you don't let go. This person is the one. We also have the Two of Swords, which tells me that you guys have a really difficult decision to make in the month of November. Circumstances may force you to make a decision. It can be something that your person does, where you have to choose, are we together or is this over in the month of November? There's a difficult decision here. Yeah, and in the expert and here, it shows me that you have been hurt. Some of you may feel betrayed, but also some of you may just feel like, it's time to let go. But this here tells me that, you're not ready to let go of this person. You don't want to. You feel like this person is the one. There's just some confusion here with the Seven of Cups. There's some confusion as far as maybe how this person feels about you. There's some confusion as far as, after everything that's happened, do they still want to be with you? And you also kind of feel like a sense of feeling powerless, like your hands are tied behind your back. There's no way to kind of make them happy. There's no way to get an answer. But for some of you, this is getting resolved in the month of November. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the letters. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what messages come up for you. What is the sign of Sagittarius most need to hear about their love life for November 2022? This can be your person's first name, middle name, last name. It can even be your name or anything that kind of represents something personal to you. So let me just turn them over and then I will move my hands out of the way. Screenshot this part of the video once they're all turned over to see what message you see in here. Sometimes it's just initials. This one's blank, so I'm going to put this one here. It can be used to spell something out. Okay, so here you go. You can screenshot, you can pause. Sometimes it may not be their full name. Sometimes you're just kind of missing a few letters. You see their name in a way. Like, let's see here. Yeah, here I'm kind of seeing, let me just kind of move this around. I see Rob. You know what? The whole name is here. I see Robert. It can be your name or it can be their name. Let's see what else we have here. So first thing that popped out to me here is Robert. You also just have, plain and simple, you have the word love. So if you're kind of questioning if this is, a relationship where, does this person truly love you anymore? Have they stopped loving you? That's kind of what I saw in the reading for couples and singles. Kind of a question of, is this worth fighting anymore? Have I lost this person? There is still love here. Now you also have something else that's good news. You have the word joy. Some of you, like, there is good news coming to you, especially if this is about an ex, because of that kind of weird message. Yeah, when I said that, look at this. I see the word true. Like some of you have found true love, or what you've been thinking and feeling, that this person was going to come back to you. It's true. In the expert, some of you, like, there was a message that someone is finally breaking their silence. Someone that maybe kind of said, I'm never speaking to you again. Maybe it's been a long time. For some of you, I kept getting, it's been a long time. Or someone that was not likely to come back. Maybe they left you for someone else. Something could change with that person. that was everywhere in that spread. Yeah, so here, kind of what I'm seeing is love, joy, and true. It could be that you have, true love, but I feel like for some of you, you're celebrating something, like finally something is manifesting for you. And you did have that, the magician in the second spread, where I actually pulled different cards from the confirmation deck, because I think when I was shuffling, I may have said X's, but also was a message that, this is what you want to happen in the month of November. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for November 2022. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.